I could be wrong, but it could be, I think it's episode 6. Alright, so what will we be doing today in today's guitar lesson? In today's guitar lesson we're going to be learning a new strumming pattern. Now this strumming pattern, we've already covered the, don't worry if you missed one of the earlier guitar lessons. This is kind of like just, it's an hour, I'm kind of like you turn me on when you want to, practice guitar, and I'll give you a bit of motivation and make sure you're staying on the straight and narrow. Just make sure you don't pick up any bad habits, such as wearing the wrong jumper for the vegan Stephen. Oh Jesus, excuse me. So I'm going to try my best to be family friendly. I have cursed so far in this, but I don't think I've mentioned anything political or anything, so I think we're in good shape for maybe so far it's like over 16s or something, but just to cover myself legally, this is strictly over 21s. Alright, so what we're going to do right now today is on the screen, on the very top of the screen, we have the format of the blues. Alright, we've been doing this for a good few lessons now, and the blues is kind of like the secret sauce, or the backbone of rock music, and the heavy influence on pop music and so on. Alright, so just before we begin, we're going to go through all the parts of the body, so you try and say it before me. This is, funnily enough, we have a booming interest on this in audio form, so welcome everyone on the audio platform. This is currently live on YouTube, and you're welcome to comment below and all the rest of it to give these music lessons a little nudge in a direction you'd be interested in. Okay. So that's the deal with that. Okay, so we have our blues form on the top of the screen, top corner, and that just goes that's 12 bar blues. Play it 32 times and you have a song. Okay, now just below that is what we're going to be covering today. So in the last day's lesson, I was nearly going to say last week's lesson, but you could be leaving a week between these, you could be leaving a month, who knows. So in the last lesson we covered how to count on the beat, and that was basically clapping. Alright, so we just tried clapping. We don't even need a guitar at this stage. We can still use our arm as a fingerboard and so on. You can check that out in one of the earlier lessons. So in this one we're just going to go over, hopefully this will be the last on how to do the A, D and E chord, and then we'll move into possibly some basic 7th chords, and maybe the blues scale. Alright, we'll see what the natural flow takes us to. So what we're going to do nearly all of today's lesson is we're going to practice counting, but with a brand new exciting strumming pattern. And this strumming pattern is probably the most used strumming pattern I've ever heard in pop music. Okay, so it's very, very useful. To be honest, anytime I'm feeling lazy or I'm learning a song for the first time, not really sure what it is, I nearly always use the strumming pattern. So this is enough to keep you going for a lot of your music career. If you just want to play, at campfires, or once a time at Christmas you want to play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something, you can play. I'm guessing about at least 40% of the world's songs on the Western Hemisphere anyway. Using the tonic, which is the 1, the 4, and the 5, the dominant or whatever. So basically A, D and E, and using this strumming pattern and counting to 4. Okay, so what we're going to be practicing is we're just going to clap along to this simple strumming pattern. Okay, so you can see it there on the screen. On last week or day or whatever, every time we're doing a down strum it's on a number. Okay, and every time we're doing an up strum it's on an and. Alright, so if it's on a beat, that means on a number we're strumming down. If it's on the upbeat or syncopated, we do an up strum. And don't worry if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it'll all sink in over time, like learning French or something. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the strumming pattern. So don't worry if you're your right and left hand are in a race right now, okay? So maybe one hand's ahead of the other. We're still working on our rhythm hand, okay? It doesn't matter if you're left hand or right hand. We're still working on our rhythm hand. So we're just going to play an A chord, and we're just going to practice playing this rhythm over and over so we get used to it. Because you need to be able to do this without thinking. You need to be able to have a, like a political debate and still be able to do this strumming pattern in time while you're having that political debate. It needs to be that ingrained. Otherwise, you're going to be there in front of 10 billion people and you're going to be looking down at the guitar and saying, wait, hold on, I know this next chord, hang on. I'm bending over and everyone's like, oh gee, what's up with this lad? Alright, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and copy what I'm doing, it's right there on the screen, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and clap along and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 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 and 3 and 4. So in a while, 3 and 4, and we're gonna do this with just an A chord, and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, 2. We're going to get the A chord out and we're just going to keep strumming it. 1 and 2 and 3, here we go, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Every and is an up, okay? So the 4 and, that and after the 4 is an up strum. Every other strum is a down. So, and remember, every count to 4 is 1 bar. So you're going to be doing this, if you compare what we're doing right now in context to the blues form, when you see on the chart there, it says A and it has 4 crosses, okay? Can you see that? In the very first bar. So those 4 lines represent the 4 count, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so you do this strumming pattern and that would equal, as regards time, you do that for the first bar and then you move on to the second bar, which you see there is D. So you change chord but you still do a 4 count, so that's how long you do the D chord for. I know I've explained this before, but we're just going to keep doing it again and again and again. I'm going to slip in little bits of information. So we're not getting no cognitive overwhelm is going to happen here. Okay, so I think you're all good. We'll just try it strumming without the drum machine for a moment. Here we go. 3 and we're doing the strumming part, and 1 and 2. Look at my hands. 3 and 4 and 1. If you can, 2 and 3. If you can, strum 1 a little bit harder, and 2 and 3 and 4. And louder, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and I'm exaggerating a little bit, and 2. This is called dynamics. 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and okay, we're going to apply this in a while with the drum beat and the chords. But it'll take a lot of practice, you know. You're gonna have to keep tapping on the, maybe listen to AC/DC or something and just be like a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Again, world-class drummers and musicians don't just happen by accident. Usually they have a dad teaching them on the sly, like Mozart dad was like a famous violinist or something. He's giving them lessons in the feckin' pram. So this is what a lot of the, I think what I'm teaching is, for me, the most logical way to become great at music as quick as possible. It's still going to take, 10,000 hours or something. Alright, here we go. So we're going to do all the chords. We're just going to run through them super quick. We got A. I call it the staircase for the crack. Moving from A to D. We're moving that ring finger up towards the 3rd fret. We're only playing the bottom 4 strings for D. We got index finger, ring finger, middle finger. Alright, now we're making a move from D to E. We're sliding that index finger across the first fret. We're pulling up our ring finger, middle finger up towards the top of the guitar. Okay, I think you're ready. I think you're pros. Alright, here we go. So all we're doing today is getting this strum pattern down. So I'd recommend you take a screenshot of the old strum pattern and then just, tap away at it when you're listening to music on the bus. Because people who are really, really good at music, it's because they think about music all the time in a positive way. Or at least, yeah. Alright, here we go. We're turning on the drum beat. We're going to do blues form, okay? So after every count of 4, we're moving on to the next bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. Follow my hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Don't worry about the chords. We're just practicing the strumming pattern. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 bars of A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Here's the turnaround. E. 1 and 2 and 3 and D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You'll save a lot of and 3 energy if you learn off this blues form. Don't have to keep looking at it like me. And 4 A. Back to start. And 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4. Trying to change the chord before 1 and 4 and D for 2. Oops. Alright, I already made a mistake. That's what happens when you keep talking. Alright, we're going to take a little breather. And 1 and 2 and... Do you know what we're going to do just for a minute? We're going to do it all with down strums, then we'll take a break, do it all up strums, then we'll try our new strumming pattern, okay? I know this seems like we're at the gym here, okay? We're sweating, we're on the treadmill. I'm the lad who says, keep going. You've done like 60 push-ups and then I start counting going 1 and you're like, what the fuck, I've done 61 push-ups and you're counting now 2 and you're like there on 70. Alright, here it goes. We're doing all down strums. Change your mind, we're going to stick to the plan. We're just going to keep doing the strum pattern, okay? Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, here we go, and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so we're going to change the chords this time. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. D. 1 and 2 and 3 and A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A again. 1 and 2 and 3. D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and back to A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Back onto E. Turn around. 1 and 2 and 3 and D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and back to start and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4. A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and E. Turn around. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D. Finish and 2 and 3 and 4 and whoa. All right, nice one. So just for a little bit of a breaky break, we're going to just practice our down strums. So mostly this episode, as I keep saying, we're focusing on our strumming. Now to take a little break, we're going to name all the parts of the guitar. Woo! We're doing this with bass and piano and all the rest of it. What are these 6 little things at the end? Pegs. What's this thing you walk over? Bridge. What's this style of guitar called? There's many styles of guitar, maybe classical, it could be a Western dreadnought. What is it? Is it classical guitar, Spanish guitar, dreadnought, 12 string, 8 string bass? No, good guess though. Well done. It's a parlour guitar. It's a parlour style guitar, and I like these guitars because they don't hurt my body. They don't hurt my body or my booty. They don't hurt my body. They just slip in real nice, and they just feel like a nice warm hug from someone you care about. Alright, here we go. All down strums. We're just doing down strums, just kind of through that blues form. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All down strums. 1 and 2 and 3 and next chord. D and 2 and 3. All down strums. Just on the numbers. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 bar of A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A D again. 1 and 2 and 3. Onto 2 A's. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Big turnaround. E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and this time we're only going to do upbeats. That means only the ands. This is syncopation. Here we go. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and D and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Syncopation, only upbeats. D for 2 and 1. This is reggae blues. And 3 and 4. One more bar of D and 2 and 3. A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. E. 1 and 2 and 3. My foot's counting the beats on my hands playing the upbeats. 1 and 2 and the red lines on the page. 1 and 2. That was kind of difficult. We're going to try that again. Syncopation. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Back to A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. D for 2. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. E. Big turnaround. Here we go. Last 4 chords. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Going back to the strum pattern at the top of the page. Here we go. Oh, jeepers. I couldn't keep up. Alright, we're going to take a little breather. So parts of the guitar. What's this part right here called? Just before the headstock? Not. Okay, there's like 20 of these items. They're made of metal. Okay, the thing I'm pointing to right now, I'm just being wary of my audio listeners. They might not be able to see this. Stuck on the fretboard. What's it called? Frets. What is where are the frets stuck into? Fretboard. What's the neck stuck onto? The neck is stuck onto the neck. And the fretboard and inside the neck is a metal rod. And what is that rod called? The support mechanism stop the wood bending. And needs to be adjusted depending on what time of the year it is to keep the intonation and so on. Intonation is how... Jesus, what is intonation? There's 50 cents in a semitone, and the intonation is like how in tune it is, how close it is to being in tune across the neck. That's the most simple way I can think of explaining it. So it's when if you're playing an open string, okay, and it's in tune on the tuner, if you play it on the 12th fret 1 octave up, the guitar tuner will still be in tune, okay? It means all the frets are in the right place, your saddle and all have been filed down to the all the things. Even on some really expensive guitars, they may not be set up properly. They could be awful and disgusting to play. Do you guys ever notice that in guitar reviews? Sometimes you have someone playing you have someone who's absolutely fucking awful at guitar, and they're playing like a Gibson Les Paul, like a guitar that costs a few grand, and they're like, oh, I sound so cool now, and they still sound fucking shite. They sound awful just because they don't know how to play. And it's all in the head because they're like, oh, I must be cool because I'm playing this expensive guitar. Listen, that was a rant. That would classify as a rant, alright? Here we go. We're going to do this big strumming pattern. One of these things that keep the guitar in tune. Tuners. Here we go. We're going to do the strumming pattern, okay? That I have on the top of the screen. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and next one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. A, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. A again. Turn around. E. D. A. And 3 and 4 and E and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and back to A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and what TV shows are you watching these days? I like Young Offenders. Season 2's out now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and A and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and big turnaround E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 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 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. A for 2, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. D 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. E and okay, we're just doing down strums now. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Feel the burn. We're at the gym. 3 and D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. A for 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. E 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. D 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Stay on the down strums. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and do this off the campfire, man. Get those singings. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and all down strums. We're gonna be doing up strums in a while. Not yet. 1 back to A 2 and 3 strums now, syncopation, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 D, sorry, 1 D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 E for 1. Turn around. 2 and 3 and 4 and D and 2 and 3 and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 2 and 3 and strumming pattern. It was her. Oh. So that's the guitar lesson. Alright, what are these dots called on the guitar? They are called inlays. And we're having a minor technical jobby with the camera, but it's alright. We're staying online. We're doing our thing. So next lesson, if all goes to plan, we will be learning some 7th chords. And we'll see what happens. The stuff I'm showing you now is probably the hard, some of the hardest stuff. Like getting your fingers ready to play guitar is really difficult, and staying in time is extremely difficult. Like the odd person has a natural head start in these things, but overall, even the people who are super talented out of the womb still aren't like able to compete with the best of the best, because they have to do a lot of practice. Do you know what I mean? Oh. So there's a theory going around that if you're born untalented, you're going to be better than a talented person because you're used to putting in loads of work, where somebody who's really talented is used to kind of getting by and not putting in a load of work. Just a rumour going around. I don't know if it's true. So here we are. We're going to keep learning. We're going to keep learning this stuff. Alright, let's try clapping again. Whoa! Here we go. Doing the strumming pattern that we just learned today. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Same thing. 1 and 2 and 3. But can you stay in time with the drum machine? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And talk to your friend at the same time. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. That 1 is the most important thing. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 sing this in your sleep. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Alright, why is this rhythm so good? Oh jeepers, because in drums 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Those supporting beats in drums are generally the beat 1, which is the low thud, and the 3 is the crack. So and 2 and 4 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so it's kind of a natural rhythm that keeps recurring again and again and again throughout life. Is that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4? Alright, so I think we are gonna leave it there. Just keep practicing that strumming pattern if you can. And we'll see you in the next one. Alright. Good luck, my lovers. So